Hey everybody, I'm Katrina from InCat We Trust, and I am back with another wrestling review. It's been a little minute since I've done one of these. So first, Happy New Year. It is February, I am very well aware, but I was on a hiatus. I had a lot going on. And so I am now back finally, starting off the road to WrestleMania with my review of 2023's Royal Rumble. But before I get into all of that good stuff, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this and click on notification button to get any new notifications of when I have a new video out. So we had a really short Royal Rumble card this time. I was actually really happy with it because there was no pre-show matches. And normally WWE has this thing when they do a pre-show, they have like things leading up, but there's a couple of pre-show matches. And so this time we had no pre-show matches, and I was actually really happy about that. And so we started off the Royal Rumble with the 30-man Royal Rumble with the men's for who would challenge Roman Reigns for his undisputed WWE Universe Championship at WrestleMania. And so this was a pretty solid Rumble. There wasn't really much surprise entries. Booker T made a little appearance, but I guess there were other little moments that were nice. I thought Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, who happened to work together for a good chunk of that Rumble, were phenomenal together. I love how well they work. I know they're actual friends in real life, and so it's super awesome. But they worked well together. I'm actually really looking forward to see what they do as a tag team. But the person who won, we all figured he was going to win. He was already announced that he would be in the Royal Rumble, and that was Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes did eliminate Walter, also now known as Gunther, to win the chance to take on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. And so I did want to give a little shout out to Walter, also Gunther, because he really delivered. He was the first person in the Royal Rumble. He was taking some beatings, so he's taking some hits too, but he made it all the way to the end to be the one of the last two men standing against Cody Rhodes, who was number 30. And so a lot of credit to him. I believe he beat a record going into this, and so I was like, okay, nice way to open up the Royal Rumble. But Cody Rhodes was the winner, and so after that we had this pitch black match, which was sponsored by Mountain Dew. I believe they have like a new flavor. And this matchup was between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. And so this match really wasn't a long match. I think it was a little bit a little bit over 5 minutes. I thought the color schemes was kind of cool. It reminded me of Batman Forever, the scene with Chris O'Donnell, aka Robin, in the movie, was dealing with some, gang guys who was in like these highlighted colors in a really black scene. And that, if anybody who watched Batman Forever, you would know there's a lot of contrasting colors in the movie. It was actually very well done. But it was okay, I guess. I really wasn't a fan of this match. I think this is probably my least favorite thing of the night because it was really quick. And I felt like after all the build up of Bray doing all of this, and LA Knight finally kind of have some time to really showcase his mic skills. It felt really flat for me, and so it was unfortunate. But Bray Wyatt did wind up winning the match. I think if nothing else, WWE definitely really showcased Mountain Dew's new flavor. And so again, it looked really cool. I felt like Naomi was doing the glow situations way before this, and so she walked so they can run, as Twitter has said. But yes, Bray Wyatt did win and beat LA Knight in a pinfall, but just wasn't a fan of the match. So we finally get some women's action with Bianca Belair, defending her title against Alexa Bliss, who did, wind up having the match with her. And so this was a pretty solid match. And Bianca, as she should, Miss EST, Queen of WWE. And I know people say Charlotte Flair, and that's fine, but I mean in regards to just so many things that she's good at with like athleticism and strength and all these cool things. That's my girl. And so she did retain as she should, holding down her Raw Women's Championship. This match was a little bit over 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes. Solid matchup. But, I think Bianca also had better matches. And so, but it was solid. Solid match. Now we leading up into the 30 Women Royal Rumble Women's Championship match. So who is going to either go against Bianca or Charlotte, who is the current SmackDown champion. And so I actually really enjoyed Women's Royal Rumble more than the men's and it's because it was just a lot of moments that really worked. We had a couple of people from NXT, like Roxanne Perez, who's the current NXT Women's Champion, and she made and did her thing, and I was like, yes, because Roxanne is my girl. We also had a return of Nia Jax. She was back, and we also got Piper Nevin, who finally got her name back after being called D-Drop for some time. And so there were some really solid moments. I was a little annoyed, and I know Liv Morgan has her fans, and that's fine and dandy. But no, I was a little annoyed that she made it as far as she did. I was like, why is nobody eliminating her? We also had the return of Chelsea Green. And while I did hear that this was going to happen, I was just like, I mean, I guess, let me not act like I'm concerned about that. And Michelle McCool, who, did a lot of complaining on Twitter about her not being there, and she popped up out of the stands with her children. I thought it was pretty cool. So, okay, as a mom, I understood that. Always being ready for whenever. But I mean, there was moments that was a lot better. I thought it was a nice spot. I thought it was like, okay, but who I've been wanting to win this match because it's her time. Miss Rhea Ripley, who's just absolutely a fantastic wrestler, and she's been killing it with Judgment Day, which has Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor. And so she's been killing it, the only woman, actually somewhat muscle, like even get into people's faces like Solo Sokoa at points. And so I felt she was winning this. I really was gonna, but I was a little bit stressed. I cannot lie. I was a little annoyed when I was like, wait a minute, yeah, let's stop playing with me when I thought Liv Morgan was going to make it again because let's not entertain it again. Let's not, like, Paul would have heard me, like, would have got a letter from me. He would have got a phone call. I would have SOS'd him because let's not do those shenanigans. Like I said, I am sure Liv Morgan is a sweet person. She's probably awesome. But no, I did not ask for it the first time. I didn't ask for it for the second time, and I didn't ask for it this time. And so I was a little bit stressed. I did yell at the TV a little bit. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I yelled a little bit, but Rhea did come out on top, and she was also the first woman in, and I love that. And I can, and she has decided now that we're here on this date of February 5th, she has decided to take on Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, and there is a little bit of history between the two of them. And so I'm actually really excited. I think it's gonna be an amazing match, but definitely solid women's Royal Rumble this year. Which leads to the last and final matchup for this year's Royal Rumble, which was Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. And Roman, hello, tribal chiefs, always have to acknowledge him, acknowledge the bloodline. They are the ones, okay? I need people to understand that Roman Reigns, he's the one. He is the one. There's no need to be like, oh, but you do that another time. Another time. It's his time. He's been killing it. Hello, look at him. Anyway, that is the final matchup, and he was going against Kevin Owens for his undisputed Universal title. It was a solid match. Kevin Owens do what Kevin Owens do. He is a phenomenal wrestler as well. Very, very quick, very agile. Athletic. But there was some moments that was better storytelling within this. And so Roman was accompanied by his, wise men, Paul Heyman and Sami Zayn. And I knew it was kind of see where Sami Zayn's loyalty was. And there was a lot of moments throughout the match where Sami looked a little stressed. Do I show my loyalty to Roman, or do I help the person who was my friend? And before I go on, I just want to put this little info history here. When people was like, oh, Kevin Owens was his friend, and I'm like, are we going to ignore what happened when Sami won the NXT title and Kevin Owens pretended to be happy and then he did what he did? And are we gonna forget that? Because I didn't. I didn't forget. I didn't forget that Sammy was all excited and Kevin Owens just pulled the rug from underneath him. And so when Kevin was like, "Oh, you're being used," and I'm like, Kevin, did you forget how you're somebody who also tends to kind of be a bit opportunistic? You're somebody who kind of stab people in the back. You are somebody who kind of looks out for self. And so I'm just like, I don't know if you're the right person to get this message, but as much as I love Roman Reigns is a total gaslighter. He is such an emotional manipulator. Like the stuff he has been doing to his family, where he says things and go, but that's not the way he meant it. It's totally manipulation. He has been doing it very well. And normally, I'm not okay with manipulation. Let's not be that person. But it's Roman, and I'm just like, you know what? You can say whatever, and I'm gonna just be like, you got it, dude, you got it. I'm not even gonna question. I'm not even gonna argue back. Like, well, what do you want? I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you. But anyway, Roman did win the match And Roman had to prove a point. And so he beats up Kevin Owens. He kind of handcuffs both, and they have beaten him up. The Usos come and beating him up. Solo beating him up, which then leads to a situation with a chair where Roman kind of wants Sami Zayn to kind of use the chair against Kevin Owens, and instead Sami does what I did suspect. He hits Roman Reigns with the chair. Now fans have made the connection between when he got betrayed by Seth Rollins and got hit with the chair, but this is not the same thing, and I tell you why I feel that. With the Shield, these were three guys who were friends, who were brothers, who kind of went through the trenches and kind of had to figure out their own path with as a group, but also their own path to lead them to where all three of them are today. With the bloodline is his blood. It's his family. Sami Zayn was the honorary use, but he's not family, and so I don't feel like it has the same level of like betrayal because it's not his family. It's not even people like he was in trenches with. It's just like you, the guy we kind of put you in, and you seemed okay, and now we gotta have to let you know. And so he did hit Roman, which led to another beatdown, but also led to Jay Uso, who decided, you know what, I'm done. And so for me, I was hyped but also stressed because like no Roman, you're being so cruel, but also like you gotta do what you gotta do. You are the tribal chief, you are in charge, you're the top dog. It's your yard, it's all these good things. And you gotta like let people know. And so I was a little sad. But Jay Uso, and I wanna say he's the best part of this. And I say it because if you think back to when this whole bloodline story started, Jimmy was hurt. This is during the quarantine, Thunderdome is up, and Jay kind of had a little solo time, which wound up having him go against Roman, and it became this whole matchup where Jay was so beat up that Jimmy had to throw the white towel in a reference to Rocky Four, and people if he dies, he dies. If you know it, you know, and had to have Jay Uso fall in line, which Jay Uso did a bit begrudgingly. And it took some time, but he got in line, and he even helped get Jimmy in line. And Solo seems to have gotten in line in his own, and Paul Heyman even left the beast incarnate, supposed to be the most top monster guy, he left him for Roman Reigns. And so he got his squad in line. And here comes Sammy. And so Jay Uso's leaving and was even being the last one to bring Sammy into the fold, the last one to trust Sammy, but not being the one to hit Sammy. Jimmy, who actually liked Sami Zayn, honorary Us, right away was the first one to hit him, which I did notice. And I was like, okay, okay. And Solo do what Solo does. But Jay left. And so I feel like what people want Sami Zayn to beat Roman, why? We don't need that. Do I think Roman's going to lose his, but eventually I do. It all has good things always come to an end, and it's been a good time for me because, like I said, do you see the tribal chief? Do y'all see him? Like, mm. So all good things will come to an end. However, with that being said, it does not need to be Sami Zayn. I said the only things that make sense, if you're gonna have Cody have his dream, fine. I mean, I guess, And The Rock clearly was like, "F you guys." But he didn't really say that, but that's kind of just like, no, Rock, we thought maybe you come, Dwayne, and just give a little time so we can finally have who's the real guy in the family or whatever. But then you also have the situation which originally started with Jey Uso. And so I feel like if anybody needs to cause a situation for Roman, it needs to involve Jey Uso. Does that mean he messes up the match for Roman and Cody wins the belts? Maybe. Is it where they split it up at a moment and then maybe he only has one belt rather than being two? That's possible between now and WrestleMania. I don't know. But Sammy is going at Elimination Chamber. He will be going against Roman in Canada, his hometown. To go against Roman. But I do not see Sammy beating him. It's just so unnecessary. Like why? Cody wants Roman Reigns, so you can't have Roman lose his belt to Sammy. And Elimination Chamber, we need that WrestleMania match. But I feel like to really tie the story together, it needs to end with Jey Uso because it was always about Jey Uso from the very beginning. And that's my little rant about that. But anyway, I actually thought the Royal Rumble was pretty solid this year. So you guys tell me in the comments what you thought. How did you feel about the winners? How do you feel about the storylines going forward? What are you excited for going into WrestleMania season? And as always, again, I am sorry for the hiatus Guys, a lot has been going on, but I appreciate all of you for sticking by me, watching my stuff, even stuff I haven't like. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for just hanging with me and trusting in me. Cat. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share, and all that good things. And until next time, I'll catch you later, guys. Bye.